And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another day, another month of the Rex, not March Madness, the Rex April Madness Group B. I'm of course just like VIP with you and joined by these amazing players, by the people in the chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome one and all to our second broadcast of the day. Earlier this morning we were live with the Tenacious Total Tussle, and now we are back. We are back with our second broadcast with the Rex April Madness Group B. Here we go. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the Wikipedia page yourself, as we do have the group stage ready for us here. Last night, of course, sorry, 2 nights ago, we were live with Group A, and now we're here with Group B instead, as we switch our scenes over and catch up on tonight's matches. From the top, this is a GSL group, not a round robin format, which I appreciate. We don't honestly get a lot of GSL group formats. We don't often get these kind of winners matches and decider matches and elimination matches as well, but we have 5 matches ready for us here. We have 4 players. We have 2 Protoss, 1 Terran, 1 Zerg. We have Clem, Nice, Classic, and Shin. Here we go. So up first we have Clem versus Nice in a best of 3 in a TvP, followed by Shin versus Classic also in a best of 3, but that is where the best of 3s conclude. As winners match moving onwards here, these are best of 5. So best of 5 winners match, best of 5 elimination match, and best of 5 decider match as well. Top 2 players make it out of the group. The bottom 2 are eliminated here in the group stage. Oh boy. And this is a 3-week event here. This is the first week of the tournament. We have, from 2 days ago, Group A, Hero and Solar made it through the group stage. Tonight we have Group B. Next week we have C and D, and the week after that we have the playoffs and the finals. So 3 weeks of Rex content. Let's go, Bobby, let's go. Now, coming into this group, I'm honestly really excited to see Nice again. For those that are unaware, Nice, he for a long time was the best player in all of the Taiwan Hong Kong region. But Nice did retire. He retired, I want to say, almost at the he retired last year, almost at the start of last year. I want to say like April, so I think it's already been a year since we have seen his retirement. So it's been quite some time. It's been quite some time since he has competed, especially regularly. Recently he has been signing up for open tournaments, but Nice, again, he's mostly retired. He's just playing for fun, playing to just dip his toes in every now and then. But I'm excited to see him here and now. We'll see how he compares. As spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Amygdala, we have the French Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the Taiwanese Protoss player, the Blue Protoss. It is Nice. He is Nice. Let's go, Bobby, let's go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is Gamma time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Coming into this, Clem is going to be the favorite player, but Nice, he is no slouch. And I want to say even recently we've seen Nice take down even players like Hero, at least take maps off of them in these PvPs. So Nice, he has been able to pop off and take some crazy wins. Nice in general, he's a very, I want to say, experimental player. He's not at the level of Haas by any means, but he can be very cheeky, very cheesy at times, not the most standard of players. So I'm excited to see what he brings to the table, and if he can bring, or if he can catch Clem off guard. It's not an easy opponent. Clem, of course, is the reigning world champion. Clem is the best player in the entire world at the moment, and oh boy, it's going to be a mountain to climb here. Not an easy opponent whatsoever for Nice, but I'm ready. I'm ready to be reintroduced to Nice, to see what he's looking like at the moment. Now he compares. Let's go. For now, standard opener. Gate, Cybercore into expansion out of Nice. Everything's looking as it should. Meanwhile, across the map, we do have Clem going for his own Rax Expand economic opener out of our Terran player. Is going to be that economic opener. Just catching up with the chat. Oh, share my pappy, share my. Shout out to Avex in the chat. Shout out to Avex. Werehug as well, claiming first quacker. Quack. Good to see you. Good to see you. I do apologize if I do end up slurring my words a little bit here and there. I didn't get much rest today. I made the mistake of laddering after the cast. So when I usually nap for like a couple of hours, instead I laddered for a couple of hours. I did get some food at least. No. We'll see how our mental state is held up by the time we get towards, like, you know, the decider match or the elation match. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll do our best. Okay. No. No. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. But now, though, Reaper does bypass the first adept, head towards the main. Likewise, good movement here by Nice, keeping up with that Reaper. So far, the Reaper does get into the main base. We'll get a full scout. It is going to be a Stargate opener, not a Twilight Council out of Nice. Okay. Now, with the Stargate, we can go a couple different ways. We can go Oracle into Phoenix or Oracle into additional Oracles into a ground-based composition. We'll see how Nice will approach this, bearing in mind that Clem did scout the Stargate, but he doesn't know what unit is coming out. It could be Phoenixes, could be nothing but Phoenixes, or it could be even Oracle. Reaper comes in for a rescout, but last adept is in position. Once again, Nicey does deter the scout. Very good positioning here from our Protoss player. And across the map at Clem, he does keep up with the adept as well. So far, going to be shutting down the shade, chasing it down, and the adept shouldn't get much done. Does shade into the mineral line and can maybe pick off the Hellion, but nah, even then, the Marines, they come in to zone away. Oh. And the adept is going to be hunted down. Just barely, no pickoffs. Hellion does survive, the first Oracle does move out, and we'll see what Clem can, or we'll see what Nice can get done. We'll see if Clem can keep up. So far, we do have 3 Marines in position. 1 Marine does go down, does target down the Mule. Not bad, gets a Mule, gets 1 SCV, and the Oracle does pull away. Oracle pulls out. At the same time, Reaper does get behind the mineral line. Oracle forced to be used defensively instead. Will defend, and now Clem is aware of the multiple Oracles. We even have a 3rd Oracle on the way. Okay, that I was not expecting. We're getting up to triple Oracles here from the side of Nice. Here comes that Gateway Explosion. So again, Nice, he is going into a ground-based follow-up, of course. This can lead into Charge. This can lead into Blink Stalkers. We'll see where Nice takes us. Oh. See where he takes us. So far, I'm loving this movement here out of Clem. The lock-on is gonna be broken just barely. Oh, hello. Do apologize. I'll get rid of the turtle after this game. Of course, this morning we were covering the turtle tussle. This is we're not tussling with turtles right now though. That was this morning. I'll get rid of it. my apologies. My apologies. Now Clem poking in. We see Nice getting ready for his expansion. We have triple Oracle making his way towards the main base, and we have Phoenixes behind this. Oh, never mind. Phoenix is going to be cancelled, and Nice does make his way towards that main. Back at home, no Widow Mines. There is 1 Cyclone. There is 1 Viking. We have some decent anti-air here ready from the side of Clem. We'll see if Nice can find a way in. We have triple Oracle at one end. We have a quadruple Adept on the other. Nice is moving in. He will threaten a shade. Likewise, getting a lift here on the Cyclone, but there's still a Viking in position. And despite that, SCVs are going to be targeted down. So far, getting 3 SCVs. Ooh, doesn't quite get the Cyclone. Nice hot pick up there. And nice pick up micro. As another Oracle goes down, it's getting a little bit messy. And Nice, he will lose everything. All 3 Oracles do fall. Takes on the Cyclone, takes on 3 SCVs, but that was not worth it. Oof. Again, 3 SCVs for 3 Oracles. That was a much better trade here for Clem. Clem, sure, he lost a Cyclone, he lost a couple of Marines, but that was well worth it. And now Nice is in a rough position. Behind this, Nice, he's switching into Ground Toss. He's switching into Blink, into +1. But remember, all of this is late. It's all delayed in favor of the Stargate opener. And the Stargate play has not been worth it. It's not been worth it. There is 1 Phoenix left over. I believe there is 1 Phoenix remaining. That's all we have left when it comes to the Stargate opener, and it can't really deter much. You know, 1 Phoenix on its own can scout, sure, but can't do much more than that. Behind this, Nice building up his gateways, trying to get his third base up and running. This is the army currently, 3 sentries and 1 adept. We're just now trying to reinforce, and here comes Clem's move out. And Clem, he has a lot of momentum going his way. He has a massive army, Marines, Marauders, Vikings as well, reinforcing with Widow Mines. +1 is about to begin. He's got Stim, Combat Shields. Clem, he's looking solid here. He's very much so in control and is about to snowball out of control. Going for a split push. Main army does move in towards their sentries. Sentries, they can buy time with force fields. And that's all they can do. Force fields, they get thrown down. And likewise, at the same time, Clem does head towards that natural. And not much of him to defend. Boys being pulled away, and Clem, he's breaking through those force fields. As sentries, they fall 1 after the other. Stalkers as well. GG gets called. Clem, he will overwhelm. And Clem will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Clem, he will take a lead in the series. Again, just a really solid start there from Clem. It all came down to the Stargate, right? It all came down to the Stargate opener into triple Oracle. Remember, what did the Oracles do? They killed 4 SCVs in total, 1 Mule, 1 Cyclone, a couple of Marines. It just wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the investment, considering that those Oracles, you're getting Oracles instead of getting Blink. Instead of investing in those Blink Stalkers, instead of getting that ground army, you're ideally crippling the economy, you're ideally gaining map control, and keeping tabs on any kind of move outs. With the Oracles going down, nice, you got none of that, so GG. GG, well played. This is also why it's very uncommon to see Stargate openers nowadays in the current meta. It can be very difficult to actually gain value with Stargate openers, especially nowadays with players like Clem, like Bjorn, Kior, Maru, like these top Terran players that do such a great job at punishing these Stargate openers, and it's just very difficult to get away with that sort of thing. GG. GG, well played. That leads us into game number 2. Game 2 is going to be on Ultra Love. It's going to be a much smaller map this time. Now, when it comes to nice opening up Stargate, I do favor that on a map like Amygdala. Amygdala is a much larger map, so you saw that even though he went for a Stargate opener, he wasn't punished by any kind of aggression. He lost his Oracles, yes, but that was nice, you know, overextending. It wasn't Clem punishing him. So you can get away with that sort of thing on these larger maps. On smaller maps, though, I do not expect a Stargate opener, but we'll see. Comes down to our Protoss. But now, though, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the French Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. It is Clem. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player from land of Taiwan. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. It is Nice. Nice. We go. As we are setting up here back at home, as we did mention, we're loading into Ultra Love. Ultra Love is one of the smaller maps of the map pool. I say one of the smaller maps. It is larger compared to Whispers of Gold, for example, and I want to say that the rush distance by ground is longer compared to El Dorado, but I think those are the only two, at least in the latter map pool, that are smaller than Ultra Love. Is again known for a little bit more of aggression, or a little bit more aggressive styles. We do have a lot of defensive features on Ultra Love, like the choke points, like the ramps as well, the bridges we've seen. Oh god, I forgot to next game I'll get rid of the turtle. Next series. God damn. But there are a lot of choke points that you can take advantage of, but outside of that, the rush distance is still a little bit shorter. We'll see how Clem approaches this, as once again, single gas. Once again, single gas opener. What does that mean? That means a faster command center out of Clem, and Clem is going to be going for the CC on the low ground, and Nice confirms with the probe scout. Nice, he's fully aware of the more economic start. There it is, there's that command center, and Nice, it'll be up to him to mix things up a little bit here and to take a different approach. That's Nice, he pulls away. Back across the map, we have the Cyber Core, still soon to finish. And once again, Clem does open Reaper. Does open with the Reaper. Reaper will be moving out, make his way across the map. Once again, the goal of the Reaper is to scout the initial tech structure, whether it's Robo, Stargate, or Twilight Council. All three are viable in their own way. It is up to Clem to confirm. Anyway, so far, Nice is keeping up. Oh, the Jukes! The jives, the Reaper does pull back. Back at home, we have a safety bunker here on the low ground, just to make sure the natural base is secure. Reaper dips into the main, there's a full wall, is deflected, and this time, yep, not a Stargate, it is a Twilight Council instead. So this is a much more standard start here from Nice. We're not cutting corners, not being crazy or anything like that, so Twilight Council initially, and from here we have options. Now suddenly, what kind of build do we go for? 2-gate blink into a faster third base, 3-gate blink, which is a bit of a safer option, middle of the road, or 4-gate blink stalkers, much more aggressive, much more assertive, much more committed, I should say. So we'll see how many gateways Nice does commit into. Likewise, even if he goes up to a 2 or 3 gate opener, he could take his gases at the natural, and he could go for a faster bay into faster. Oh, Colossus, that was not an option. Okay, Nice rushing into charge, not into blink stalker. This is hyper aggressive here by Nice. As you can see, gateways are being thrown down. So far there are 4 gateways. We might even throw down a 5th or a 6th gateway as well. This is designed to catch Clem with his pants down. Okay, let's go. We'll see if he can pull it up. Again, Blink Stalker or Blink based openers are a little more common, a lot more standard. Charge is uncommon and rarely seen nowadays in current meta. But of course, as I mentioned, Nice, he is a little bit more exploratory. He is a little bit more diverse when it comes to his play. He does his own thing. As Nice, he moves out for the expansion, Hellion will shut him down. Charge is almost done. Now, I would imagine Nice, he would want to bank up his Zealots back at home before moving out across the map, bearing in mind that Nice does not have a War Prism. Third base should be taken. Zealots are warping in. And there's that third. Zealots, you can see they're banking up here behind the natural mineral line, or even within it. And we're waiting for another warp in. Yeah, there we go. And we can warp in 4 Zealots at a time. Back at home, Clem, he does open up with his 3-1-1 setup. 3 Vaxes, 1 factory, 1 starport. Stim is on the horizon. We do have the safety bunker. There's a tank on the ground as well. There isn't really too much Sim City here, so technically Zealots, they can try to close that distance. We can see, yep, here we go. Here comes the move out. Nice, he does move out across the map. He warps in an extra wave. Temple Archives behind this. That's going to be for Storm, for Archon production as well. And ideally, I'm sure Nice wants to fight the army out in the open. Pushing up a ramp into the natural is not going to be easy here. Clem, he's split between the bases. He has submarines here in the mineral line. He can always load into the bunker. Likewise, Nice, he can force field around said bunker. Commits in, takes down the bunker. Yeah, tank should be falling as well. Clem, he does respond, does react. Throws down the autotarts. Nice force field here on the ramp. He does throw the army away, takes out the tanks out, so he busts into the mineral line. SCVs are going down so far, good damage. He takes on 12 SCVs once again, very nice force field. Clem, he can't do anything, he's stuck in the main. Stuck in the main base. Do we have any more Zealots? We do trickle in, 13 SCV kills, very nice damage here from Nice. Getting 13 SCVs. And from here he pulls away. And again, the MVP, the sentries of the MVPs there with those force fields. Just looking Clem away. And as the dust settles, Nice has an economic lead. Looking good. This doesn't kill Clem, but it does set Nice up for success. So Nice is in a better position, going for his own gateway explosion into an 8-gate setup, getting into Archons, Blink. We do have +1 armor on the way as well. And Clem, he breaks out. He's going for his own counterattack. Clem, he's not going to take this lying down. Does push across the map. Medevac is in position here to help support. Clem moves out east, spots the Prism. Prism commits across the map. There aren't that many Zealots here at home to defend. Only 2 Zealots. Bearing in mind, Nice, he just went for a drop. Went for the drop. Archon barely does not survive. There's just not enough here. There's not enough here. Where are the Warpids? Where are the Zealots? They're nowhere to be found. Stalkers are going down one after the other. Zealots go down as well. Nice. Again, he decides to commit across the map. And Clem has broken the third base. Again, there just was nothing here. There were a couple of Zealots, a couple of force fields. And GG gets called as Clem, he will overwhelm across the map. And Clem, he will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. I mean, Nice, he had a good start. Nice, he was able to get some damage done. He was able to get into the middle line, kill 13 SCVs. It was a good start there for Nice, but he had nothing for the counterattack. There was a handful of gateway units back at home. You could see that warbins are being spent across the map instead, or I should say just supplies spent across the map. And with that, Nice just had nothing to defend against that counterattack. I say nothing, he had a couple of units. He had like a couple of Adepts, he had like a couple of Zealots, but really barely an army. He had 1 Archon. GG. GG, well played. Clem, he will claim the series, and we'll be following our next 2 set of players in the next round. So Clem, who will advance on to the winners match. Nice gets knocked down to the elimination match. And up next, we have Shin versus Classic in a ZVP. Let's go. Let us go. As these are the other 2 players in the group. So we have Shin and Classic. Again, these 2 do face off quite often. They go back and forth quite often as well. and we'll see how this story unfolds. For now, we're going to be going on a short break. Vetoes are underway. Shouldn't be too long here, but we're going to be going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll have our next series. We'll have our second match of the broadcast. See you soon. See you soon. See you soon.